Hello everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to the stream of Final Fantasy XIV. So tonight we're gonna be doing a few dungeon roulettes as well as do a few trials. And then afterward we'll have something special in store. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So we're gonna queue up on the level 50 and 60 roulettes, as I haven't begun the, how can I say, expansions yet. And I've just found out that my gear is in a rather poor shape. Let's deal with that. Lack of preparation on my part is what that is. Oh well. Guy isn't very far and they're giving me a couple seconds to get that fixed. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. If you have any issue with the audio or the microphone, please let me know in chat. That way I can help you. This will also be available on YouTube later on. You can find the link in the chat. Oh, starting off with Midgar Summer, are we? Well, something easy for me to start with at least. So we've got a Machinist, a Paladin, and a Dragoon. Fairly classic party. Wonder if the tank is gonna have what it takes to actually multiple. Well, that's gonna be a surprise. Okay, doesn't look like it. Alright, that's fine with me. So a little background about me. Well, I've actually left this game after Heavensward, most specifically after the Zervan Trial patch, and now I've been getting really excited about trying the new expansion Stormblood. So my goal here is to actually stream Stormblood in its entirety, hopefully, and mainly the main quest. So yeah, you'll get to enjoy that with me. I wasn't actually used to being a White Mage. That used to be my main class until I switched over to Machinist during Heavensward. So I'm having a little trouble actually getting back into the swing of things, but that should get fixed pretty quickly. Hopefully. Not worth casting regen on him just yet. But now it is. Ew. Get close to the tank. That's an as good time as any to go into holy spam, I figure. But I'd rather not spend all of my mana on this. Or MP, such as it is. Better heal up that guy. Alright. Is that the way? Yeah, I think it is. I don't remember even half of those dungeons, let alone the trials. Although I occasionally get lucky. So far things are doing pretty great. One thing I've noticed since coming back is that people seem to have a lot more health than they used to be. Despite the fact that I'm actually in top-end Alexandrian gear. But yeah, this is a real treat. I've actually been doing videos with on YouTube for about 2 years now, and getting the opportunity to redo Final Fantasy XIV is a real treat here. So, first boss, Einhander. Guy isn't particularly easy, nor is he particularly difficult either. Oh! Machinist Wildfire, cool. Let's get this out of the way, shall we? Yeah. Nice. More of those, huh? Yep. Okay, so this would be the safe spot, if I'm not mistaken. And if they keep staying there, they're gonna be get-bodied. Nope. Nope. And I just got hit like a total scrub there. Owie. Ew. Yeah, didn't do that very well, did I? Well, that's okay, I can't remember everything. Still did that like a champ, though. Oh, good. Oh yeah, I was thinking why he wasn't charging around. That's because this is the next boss of this instance, that's why. I'm way too close. Well, that's not a problem anymore. We are within the Imperial section of the instance. Those that are watching over the corpse of Midgar Summer. My real test is gonna come during the final boss of the instance. It's not so bad though. While I was actually trying to warm up and whatnot, I somehow ended up with the Nidhogg's Trial, one I had done maybe 2 or 3 times before. I didn't remember it at all. It went about as well as you might expect. So now the idea, you can actually get that conductor to actually free that machine from its barrier. Although you can also allow it to do its AoE in order to get rid of the ads. Both works well enough. Although the tank seems to have a bit of a case of a... can I say... tunnel vision there. Ew. That's not very nice now, is it? Don't worry, Han, I've got you. Ugh. That's gnarly, alright. Oh, there's still something else alive. Well, we can't have that now, can we? Hank is in that Garland Ironworks gear. That was pretty much the top gear that you had at around level 50 if I'm not mistaken. Well, outside of Bahamut, maybe. Hank is getting a little bodied. Better deal with that before going into holy spam. But first, make sure you don't get hit. That's even more important. Got hit anyway. It's my own fault there. Wasn't paying attention, so I had to waste an important cooldown. Well. Great! Got that identification key, we can get past that barrier here. I think that was the last one. Now we're headed for the boss proper, which is a Magitech gunship. Lovely. Okay, that's the one with the charge. Pretty easy overall. Deals a flamethrower, makes things sticky. Oh, ads. Well, that's no good. Okay. Heal up the tank, who is not doing so well. Ew. That was really gnarly. But we made it. Great. Lost his turret. That's a shame. Nah, I got burned for no reason. That's lame. Huh? You did 2 in a row? That's nonsense! Well, not a problem anymore. Owie! Dragoon just got bodied. Hey! White Mage didn't do nothing. There. All taken care of. So at last loot. Petrified log can be helpful when you're a crafter. I leveled up most of the Disciples of the Land classes to max level. Well, at least what used to be the max level. Now, however, I don't have so much in the way of crafting maxed out. I only have Goldsmith, really. Oh. For a second there, I thought the tank was gonna multi-pull. People do it often here and get bodied. Oh? Oh, that's right, there's a gunship bombarding us. I remember now. That tank is paralyzed. Why the heck? Being a healer isn't easy. I play nearly every role, so while I pretty much prefer to play Machinist, I always kinda enjoyed being healer. Although the fact that you can get bodied by making one misstep in this, well, that makes it a little difficult to do that task really well. Thing is getting paralyzed. Wonderful. I think that's one less problem to worry about. Perfect. We're nearly there. Come on, hon, you can do it. Ew. That's kind of the little feature that I think is actually a lot nicer than other MMOs like World of Warcraft and such. Although Warcraft does have some of this, you can actually see small things on the ground and actually force you to dodge things quite often. It's not just a big AoE that hits the entire party, although we have plenty of those. Here we are. Time to get bodied. Yeah, I guess that's my new favorite word, apparently. Alright, hon. Let's do this. Gotta be careful, because the little guy is gonna try to blind us. That actually happens pretty often. I was really surprised when I found out that they actually changed how cleric stance worked. It used to be that it was something that you toggled and actually increased your damage across the board at the cost of healing, although there were a lot of mishaps that happened with it, so I can understand why they decided to change it. Owie! You stop that. Saw something get paralyzed, but it disappeared pretty much as quickly as it got in. Gonna start to do a lot of these. So far we're doing okay, but not that great. Need this dead quickly. Come on. Oh! Okay, we're fine. Well, such as we can be anyway. Fairly epic though. What with the giant ghost dragon and whatnot. Starting to run out of mana, I'm gonna need to fix that. That's no good. I was so certain I was getting bodied there. Little dude is clever. Come on. Uh-oh. He desactivated right now. Ugh. That's not nice. Oh, damn. Yep, completely dropped the ball on that one. Although I don't know, if they manage to kill that, we might be okay. Come on, I think all we need is a limit break there. Nope, that wasn't it, but the machinist heroically saved us. Well, she didn't deserve commendation, I don't know who does. Still got 2 commendation. Suppose they realized I just got really unlucky there. Oh well. So that is fine. Now we can head over and do a trial. Let's do this. Oh, for a second I thought I had seen someone I knew. Okay, trial. Here we go. It's nice that they added an Aether right here. If I recall, it wasn't there before. I thought I might just have forgotten about it. So an 8-player trial. That should be interesting. Another female Rogadin. That's rare. That's a really rare racial combination. Most people usually are Mikote, which is those cat people or humans, or here as they are called in this. The dragon people also got a lot. Especially with the release of this expansion, I figure. So we are going on Ifrit hard. That should be pretty quick, so I figure we may get the chance to do something else afterward. Wasn't sure, it looks like this guy is the main tank. Don't really remember this fight at all. I remember there's one thing to dodge, but that's about it. Whoa! Stuff is gonna start blowing up under her. But don't stay QQ, those. That's a recipe for disaster. Tank is taking nearly no damage. That's actually rather impressive. Although I suppose Ifrit hard isn't particularly difficult. Ew. Nobody got had at least, so that's good. Infernal Nail. We need this dead quickly. Should have focused Ifrit, although I don't know what his moves are. Okay, time to get ready. Big move incoming. Good. What's going on here? Well. Ew. Did that like a champ. Okay, that's the one. The extreme version actually has something in nearly every direction. Ew. Get out, son! Ew. Had to take it, had no choice. Okay. So let's try to bring that Red Mage back up. Even if it's nearly done. Oh well, didn't matter I suppose. So who to command? I don't frickin' know. Main tank I suppose. Ifrit Claws, eh? Too bad, I don't think I can desynthesize that. Two commendations. Yeah, Better than nothing. Okay. So, let's see. We've got time. What will it be this time, I wonder? Oh, Titan! Doing them back to back, are we? Oh, that's okay. Titan is fun. Let's do this. Okay, so looks like this guy is main tank. Okay then. Okay, part of the arena is gonna get destroyed. You can actually fall off of those, so you gotta be careful. That's actually what makes Titan Extreme so difficult. Okay, another one. Okay, now we're starting to get serious. If you get hit by that, that's an automatic death. And you can't get raised either. Ew. It's freaking gnarly. Especially on extreme. These were among the first, I think. So just wait for this one and go in. Okay, I'm good. Took me so long to actually find this. Well, White Mage got bodied. Ah, he fell off. This means I wasted my Swift cast for nothing. Oh well, at least I got to cast Medica too, so that's better than nothing. So, Titan's Heart. If you don't slay the heart, he's gonna go do his big move and end up killing everybody. Also casting a Granite Joel. That's mean. On my co-healer too. Okay. The heart was taken care of. Now we just gotta wait and do what we have to do. Okay, now the dude is getting serious. This is the kind of epic things that really made me miss this game. Oh damn. Lost the barn. Let's see what I can do about this. Okay, we're good. Co-healer is doing bad. We're about to lose a tank. Uh-oh. Getting put into a Granite Joel. Unless somebody gets me out of here, I'm finished. Come on, guys, we can do it! Uh-oh. Ouch, nearly got bodied. Okay, first bomb is here. co-healer is down. Thankfully, tanks held up wonderfully. Ugh. I'm at a place where I shouldn't be. Limit break is coming. Alright. So, let's see. Katana of Crags. Unfortunately, not for me, but for samurais. Yeah, I think they did alright. Four commendations. Nice. Not that I care that much about that, but it's fun to know you're being appreciated. Do we do another trial for the heck of it? We could do a dungeon. That would be nice. Leveling roulettes it is. Alda by night is just gorgeous. Although as far as starting areas goes, I don't feel like Alda is the most interesting one. Limsa Luminsa is neat, although my favorite is definitely Gridania, despite them being so all preachy about everything. Alright, so what is it this time? Huh! Interesting. I don't remember the name of this, but I definitely remember this dungeon. It's the first one that Dark Knights and Machinists get first. Doesn't seem we have any of those though. Must be a coincidence. So, main problem here, the succubi. Don't have any regen, so gonna have to babysit him. Well, her actually. Yep, definitely a her. A hockey manor, that's what it was. That's kind of the nice thing about this game. All of the dungeons stay relevant throughout the game, either through roulette or simply through leveling other classes. And the fact that you keep doing it at the same level that you did it originally keeps them from becoming entirely boring. Except for the starter dungeons. You've done those so often that it's a little disheartening to get them again. Although since I haven't done them in a while, well, I don't care anymore. You'll probably attack the carpet stain next. Yep. Definitely what that monk did. No, it wasn't a monk, it was a rogue. Tank lost aggro. Not really surprising at this level. Although things have changed, now you have what they call role skills as opposed to what used to be cross-class skills. This means that everybody actually get a set of sub-skills that can be used for their particular role. For instance, I'm assuming that warriors, for instance, get the taunt that they originally got from paladins. Leveling paladins was an ordeal. Ugh. I mean, I suppose it gets better after a while, but damn, that was unpleasant. Oops. White Mage is being a derp. But that's alright. Making tanks sweat is my job. Annoying that I don't have Holy, though. Alright, Han, keep going. Based on gear, it seems only the rogue is of half-decently high level. Not that it makes any difference. Our focus will mostly be upon doing Stormblood in sub-second streams. However, if you guys like, we can also look into starting a low-level character for the fun of it and actually show you the entire thing. You'll let me know either in the comment or chat, depending on whether you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube. Actually, we'll not be streaming on YouTube, although you'll see the edited version of the stream. Tank is getting bodied pretty hard. Thankfully, the DPS seems to be handling that pretty well. Low level, most classes are fairly boring. Especially classes like rogues and whatnot. I think they had something like 3 moves that you kept chaining. It was lame. Rogue was actually my 4th highest class, if I recall correctly. Had it around level 44 or something. But I kinda lost interest in it. Ninjas are interesting to play though. Nice stun there, tank. Awesome. The Arcanist here is actually wondering whether he should actually... Wait. That's not Arcanist, that's Astrologian. I had completely forgot about that class. So yeah, he's wondering whether he should go Summoner or Scholar. I figure since he gets access to both classes, he should just try them out for a dungeon and see which one he likes better. Most people will more easily be proficient with Summoner being a DPS class, although Scholar can be interesting in the right hands. Had something of a reputation of being a little lazy, as you could let the fairy do all the work for you in low-level dungeons. I used to run my mouth about that quite a lot. Gave them a hard time being a White Mage myself. They were my main rivals before Astrologians. Alright. Gonna go that way, are they? Skipping the trash, as it is. One of the few places in the entire game where you can actually do that. Getting the feeling I'm not attacking the right monster. Somebody hasn't dealt with his loot yet. Actually, I'm completely wrong. That wasn't Astrologian at all. That was Arcanist. Astrologian are healers. I just confuse Ruin for the spell that they actually have. Good. It's just a matter of finding that key to open that earlier gate we saw. That leads to the second boss. What I'm doing right now is actually applying damage over time to everyone. That way I can spread my damage a bit while actually still healing. Although usually I would rather cast stones too once that's done, but that's not always possible. Tank was on point on that. Don't seem to be getting any proc, that's annoying. Oh yeah, Rogue is actually attacking that Aetic bat over there. I wasn't watching the tank's health at all. That was a little stupid of me. Speaking of, apparently summoners, there was talk about them getting new skins. I know they got carbuncles in Evansward, but I wonder if they actually got a new Eggy skin. I know there was talk about having Ramu and Leviathan among others. Before they did that Red Worm trance nonsense. I mean, it sorta made sense, but I mean, kind of the appeal is getting access to the iconic summons. Despite them actually being bosses in this. Good. Very little left to deal with. This is a special one. You actually have two creatures that the tank needs to pay attention to. If I remember the order, you're supposed to take care of the imps and then deal with the skeleton. Kinda thought Tank was gonna get bodied there. I always forget about cleric stance. I'm not even using an eye for an eye, that's why I need practice. This guy is afflicted with something. Oh, that was slow. I see. Kind of having doubt now. Was there a second version of OK Manor? There may be a hard version, I just forgot. I know that there's new version of old dungeons being hard versions in Stormblood, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there is! It's that thing with giant demons all over and whatnot. Oh, there's a little trick here that you can do. You can use your return spell to actually teleport back into the entrance. That way you actually get closer to the actual boss. That Arcanist is actually a mentor. Interesting. I'm not one yet. Haven't done enough dungeon grinding to get the title. Forget the name of those things. Another iconic monster of the series. Oh well, he's done. I've disabled cutscenes for the time being, namely because they're all dungeons. If needs be, when it will be relevant, we can look at them from the Adventurer's Journal. So we are up against Lady Amandine. She is neither particularly hard or particularly easy, so... She is one of the first tricky boss that you get, though. Okay, Void Lamps. Come on, hon. Let's help the tank a bit. What, you're expecting me to do that? Come on! Yeah. That should have been the rogue's job. Come on. Hey. Damn it, tank. Well, Arcanist took care of it. Very least. That's a lot of crap we're moving around. Tank is afflicted by something. Oh, Arcanist is doing his big limit break. Nicely done. I think that's a commendation in the making. Idiot stayed right into the dark mist. I am running my mouth quite a lot, but it's all in good fun. A lot of the stuff I'll be saying over here, I don't actually think completely. Tree commendation. Good. So with that taken care of, well, since my last attempt ended up in a complete failure, we're actually gonna do a bit of a recap on the plot of the storyline of Stormblood. There was a bit of an introductory quest to it during the end of Heavensward, so we're gonna have a look at the various cutscenes of that quest. But first, I'm just gonna go ahead and update the name of the stream, if you'll allow me. So. Whoops. There, that should do it. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? I'm gonna try to avoid most of the spoiler toward Heavensward, although you'll see some of it within this. So here we are starting with Griffin on the wall. So, to put you into context, there are a group of insurgents that are attempting to attack an Imperial guarded garrison, and the Eorzean army is getting close in order to prepare from Imperial retaliation, as well as to stop the insurgents if they can. So let's do this. Pippin. Greetings, my friends. It is good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. Hilda. Reshat Hiriki. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side? Elfino. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? Vorsai Hulwa. All has been quiet. Report! What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Grand Company being people like that cat lady and that elf dude to the left. There are also one from which Pippin is a member. Impossible! We gave no such order! Of course! The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait! We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to his deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war! Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, will be plunged into chaos. Hard, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Huh, I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guides us through the storm. The Griffin. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold! A glimpse of things to come!
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines! How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run! We're cut off!
Gods help us! What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Rolker, grant us the strength to crush our...
Yeah, so what did you learn? Don't mess with the Garlean Empire, that's what. But anyway, next one.
There you are! As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ill-bird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand, you truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Nidhogg's eyes! No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! Ah!
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tipsmati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works! It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go! The further away, the better!
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
The ever rare time where the warrior allied gets to talk. So I've got two choices, either trust in Papalimo and leave on the airship, or stay at Papalimo's side. We're gonna trust in him.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
So yeah, this is it. This is what started the whole thing leading to Stormblood. So let's continue with the next quest, the obvious solution.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. though. 'Twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Good God, man! Are you all right?
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Baelsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? Why would we trust the word of a man who furnished the Black Wolf with the means to subjugate Eorzea?
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
He makes a convincing case.
He makes me grind my teeth, is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Cid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Okay, that is done, and we've got a plan in motion. So let's go ahead and swap over the Greater Obeisance.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giri? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Oh yeah, totally unnecessary, but there it is. So next, fly free, my pretty.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
And an unnecessary story battle has begun. Surrender! We have you outnumbered! Ida, wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor. Forward! For the Empire! The honorless cur think to abandon his men? I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. And with that taken care of, let's move on.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable! Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Baelsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Is there any other way?
I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalymo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do. The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
There we are. It's starting. Let's do this. And there you have it, the reason why we are heading where we are going during the next expansion. You've noticed the appearance of the Primal is actually that of the Kaiser Dragon, a recurring boss in the series, and also has some interesting implications that we'll see later. So, without further ado, let's continue.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalymo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
And there we are, last quest, the far edge of fate.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Allag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalymo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
There's nothing to say, is it?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Next. It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she had scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made her appear determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taru and my sister. And now we are heading toward the credits of Heaven's Word. I'm afraid we're gonna skip that. There isn't really anything after that. But there are other cutscenes. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. And finally, Imperial Officer, my Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's Wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet eludes us. My Lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Aye, forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done. Unknown? My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies, and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. And yes, this is it. We got a glimpse at some of the antagonists and topics that we're going to be covering in the expansion, so we'll be headed likely to Alamigo and Doma. So next stream we'll actually begin that quest with Beyond the Great Wall, which starts at the Standing Stones. So anyway, at this point we've gone a little over time, so I'm afraid that's going to be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, please leave a comment below, and if you want more content, you can head over here to Twitch or to YouTube. So, with all of that done, good night everyone.